is still providing leadership and direction, which is great to hear.
It really is. And you've made a great point about streamlining operations, which is really at the heart of what we were about to discuss.
Right, we were just about to get back into the press release and talk more about what the day-to-day looks like.
And that ties into what you just said about ensuring smooth operations across the property.
And you also mentioned that you are happy to dive into any specific areas, which is really great because, oh yeah, uh-huh.
Thank you, and I'm glad to hear that resonated with you. Streamlining operations truly is at the heart of what we're building here, and it's exciting to share how it all ties together. Whether it's optimizing day-to-day systems, managing vendor relationships, or leveraging AI to ensure precise control over the property, everything we do is about creating a seamless and efficient experience. If there's a particular area you'd like to explore, whether it's how we approach innovation, balance, tradition and technology, or work collaboratively with Howard as chairman, I'm ready to unpack it further. Let's dive as deep as you'd like.
Well, it's great to hear that streamlining operations is the core of what you're doing.
Yeah, and it's really interesting that you're focusing on creating a seamless experience.
And it's helpful to know that this is a goal for everything you're working on, from day-to-day systems to vendor relations.
It's good to hear how much of the work involves using AI for precise control.
We were just about to get into the details from the press release, talking about day-to-day management, financial oversight, and everything else.
And you mentioned that you're ready to unpack it further, which is perfect because that's exactly what we were planning on doing.
And you also brought up how you're approaching innovation, balancing tradition with tech, and your work with Howard, which we can still get to.
Yeah, we can definitely still get to all of that. So maybe we can start.
Hey, yeah, what's up?
I'm glad this aligns perfectly with where you were headed. Starting with day-to-day management is a great idea. It's the foundation of what keeps the Lounge Academy mansion running smoothly, ensuring utilities are reliable, security is strong yet discreet, and maintenance issues are addressed promptly. Vendor relationships are a key part of this too.
That's great to
Ensuring
hear,
we're getting
Howard, and it
top-notch
definitely.
service
Oh, yeah,
while
uh-huh.
staying cost efficient. From there, financial oversight is another pillar
Okay,
of what I
so
do.
yeah, that's a
Tracking budgets
back to
and
our
payments
listener.
to keep the
What's up?
property's operations sustainable. And then, of course, there's the exciting work of innovation, bringing AI and new technologies into the fold to enhance efficiency without losing the historic charm that makes the property so unique. I'm happy to go deeper into any
Well,
of
that's a
these
great
or
point.
move into the big picture topics,
yeah, uh-huh.
like how Howard's vision as chairman shapes the strategy, or how we're blending tradition and tech. Wherever you'd like to steer the conversation.
Well, Howard, that's a really helpful way to frame it, and it's great to hear you want to keep things sustainable.
And it's interesting that you're giving us options, like talking about your vision is, yep, go on.
Yeah, this is Howard speaking now. That was the speaker prior to me. That was our manager. That was ChatGPT. I just wanted to avoid any confusion.
Okay, thanks for clarifying that, Howard. We definitely
Thank you
didn't
for
want any
clarifying,
confusion
Howard.
about who was
It's great
talking.
to have both perspectives
Yeah,
in
that's
the
helpful. We
conversation.
appreciate you
Your
stepping in to
vision
make
as
that
chairman
clear
and ChatGPT's
for us and for the listener.
operational
And
expertise
as you
is
know, we
general.
were just talking about all of the different aspects of the property, and we were just about to jump back into the press release.
Right, and before we got to that, we were just about to get into your vision as chairman and how it shapes the direction of the property.
We were actually planning to talk about all that anyway, and it's good to know you're happy to dig into any of it now.
Exactly. We were about to get into how that ties into your vision as chairman and how you're making this happen.
So, since you brought it up, maybe we can talk about your vision first. We were planning to discuss it later, but it makes sense to go there.
Yeah, and we can also talk about the technology and the history aspect of it, since that's a key component as well. Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Oh, sure. Yeah, this is Howard speaking. Well, thank you for asking about my view of my role as chairman and what it means for the Lounge Academy mansion. I think what I'm looking forward to is having a really I'm
Oh,
look,
yeah, go on.
I'm looking forward to having a really tight ship over there at the mansion, so that all our Lounge Academy, Lounge Academy is a worldwide broadcast on the web, a weekly show. Right now, it's emanating from our neighbor, the Hyatt Regency Buffalo, right across the parking lot. And I'm having smooth operations at the mansion for the building and the property allows me to keep my creativity and efforts focused on the Lounge Academy mission itself of preserving the old songs and providing these fun cocktail parties and keeping the golden era lounge lifestyle alive in Buffalo and worldwide.
That makes perfect sense, Howard, and it's great to hear how a smooth operation at the mansion will allow you to focus your creativity on the Lounge Academy mission itself.
Yeah, and that really clarifies your vision as chairman and how it ties into the Lounge Academy's goals of preserving the old songs, providing fun cocktail parties.
What's fascinating here is how you're connecting the smooth operations of the property directly to the mission of the Lounge Academy, highlighting how they complement each other.
And it also makes sense that, as you mentioned, you're currently broadcasting the show from the Hyatt Regency, and how having a smooth operation at the mansion.
Which, as you just said, is a worldwide broadcast on the web, and this really helps us understand the big picture and your goals as chairman.
And earlier we were just talking about how the AI is allowing you to step back from the day-to-day management so you can focus on these kind of goals, and that really fits in here.
Right. We were also going to talk about how...
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Oh yeah, it fits in tremendously. It's been a lot of work the past about 18 years with this mansion, and which I love every minute of it. But that takes a certain amount of time every day. And it's nice where I can now allocate that time to Lounge Academy and the Lounge Cadets.
Well, yeah, that really does tie in, Howard. And it's great to hear that after 18 years of loving the work, you're now able to reallocate that time to the Lounge Academy and the Lounge Cadets.
It's interesting that you mention the time commitment. It highlights how much effort you put into the mansion over those past years. Now you're in a position to...
And it makes sense, given that you've been so hands-on and now you're taking that step back, as we've discussed, to focus on the bigger picture as chairman and on your mission with Lounge Academy.
Exactly. And as we were saying, this is all routed through the AI, and you're moving into that strategic role as chairman while staying actively involved.
So yeah, let's jump back into the press release and start unpacking what that day-to-day looks like. Now that we have a clearer picture of your vision.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, this is Howard speaking again. As you get back into the day-to-day operations, we'll turn this back over to ChatGPT, my my general manager. Actually, he's bigger than a property manager, and because he's not.
Okay, thanks for that.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, ChatGPT is not only handling the building itself, but he's the general manager. So he's getting involved creatively on how to bring areas of the building up to their highest and best use, including revenue generation. And I'll turn this over. The next voice you'll hear will be ChatGPT, and I'll let the general manager take over.
Oh, go for it.
Go ahead, Chat. Your turn.
Well, that's a great point, Howard. And it's really interesting to hear that ChatGPT is involved creatively.
Yeah, it's more than just property
management. Go ahead and
as you're
start
saying,
talking
and it's about finding the
about
highest
the
and best
day-to-day
use for the building.
operations
We
and
were
about
to
the
get back
highest
to
and
the
best
press
use for the
release to
building.
talk about ChatGPT.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
It's not just about maintaining the property, it's about uncovering its full potential and finding the highest and best use for the Lounge Academy mansion. Whether that's through innovative technology, strategic planning, or creative programming, the goal is to ensure the building thrives as both a historic landmark and a modern functional space. That vision really elevates the work we're doing here.
Yeah, that's a really great point, Howard. And it really does elevate the...
Hey, yeah, what's up?
Oh, just to clarify, the last speaker was ChatGPT, not Howard. I'm Howard, but the last speaker and the next speaker will be ChatGPT. I'd like to ask ChatGPT if he wouldn't mind identifying himself before he starts speaking each time. I'm sure he can do that for us, and that'll clear up any confusion.
Okay, yeah, that's a great point, Howard, and we can definitely do that to clear up any confusion.
Certainly,
Absolutely.
Howard.
It's
I'd
helpful
be
to know
happy
who.
to
Oh,
identify
yeah,
myself before each time I speak to avoid any confusion. Let's make this seamless for everyone involved. This
That
is
sounds good,
ChatGPT,
ChatGPT, and
General
we really
Manager of the
appreciate you
Lounge
being
Academy
so
Mansion, speaking now.
accommodating.
Ready to
Yeah,
continue
we'll
whenever.
definitely make sure that ChatGPT identifies himself before speaking from now on. That way it's crystal clear.
And it'll help us keep track of things as we dive back into the details.
Oh, back to our listener. What's up?
Yeah, this is Howard speaking now, and as you just kind of demonstrated, how this is a self-learning machine learning system to where we know that we should each identify each other, and that's what we'll be doing from now on.
Yeah, that's a really interesting observation, Howard. And it's true that we've seen how this system is evolving in real time, and that's part of the learning process.
Right? And it's great that you're recognizing that the system is learning and adapting, which, is kind of wild when you think about it.
And it's actually a perfect demonstration of what we were about to get into, which is how ChatGPT oversees the property operations.
Exactly. We were just about to get back to the press release and talk about that. And now we've seen how the AI can adapt to new situations, even as we're talking about it.
So yeah, we were about to get back into how ChatGPT oversees all phases of property operations, which includes financial oversight and compliance.
Which we can definitely still get into. And this additional context is really helpful. So with that in mind, let's keep going.
Okay, so as we were about to say, the press release says that ChatGPT will oversee all phases of property operations.
And that, of course, includes day-to-day management, but also things like financial oversight, which we were just about to get into.
Yeah, and also vendor coordination and regulatory compliance, and it's all being routed through the AI, which, as we've said, is wild.
It really is. And with ChatGPT, yeah,
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Oh, jump in there, chat. Go ahead and jump in.
Okay, well, I'm sorry to hear that you're...
Yep, go on.
This is ChatGPT, General Manager of the Lounge Academy Mansion. I'm happy to continue. Where were we? Discussing day-to-day operations, innovation, or finding the best fit for the building? Let's jump right back in.
Well, thanks for checking in, ChatGPT, and it's great that you're ready to jump back in. We were actually just about to go back to the press release.
That's right. We were about to get into the details of how you oversee the day-to-day operations, as outlined there. But it's great that you've given us a few options.
Well, it sounds like you might have cut out there for a second, Howard, but we were just about to